Greetings Tekken enthusiasts, welcome to our channel. In today's video we're taking a deep dive into the world of Tekken's most ruthless antagonist, the one and only Heihachi Mishima. Renowned for his stern exterior and almost demonic demeanor, Heihachi has left an undeniable mark on the series. Join us as we explore the most heinous and villainous acts committed by Heihachi Mishima. Which one is his darkest to this day? Without further ado, let me welcome you to the Cypunk feed. Before we dive in, a quick heads up, spoilers incoming. If you're okay with that, let's get into it. Now, one of the Heihachi's darkest deeds involves the heartbreaking murder of his own wife. In the Tekken 7 storyline, we discover that Heihachi's decision to kill his wife, Kasumi, stemmed from his belief that she carried the devil gene. However, the plot thickens when we recall events from Tekken 4, where Heihachi was actively seeking to acquire that very same gene for himself, so it's safe to say that he is not exactly wearing a halo. What makes this even more twisted is that by eliminating Kasumi, Heihachi completed a dark circle of family destruction, having previously succeeded in wiping out every other member of his kin. This brutal act not only showcased Heihachi's willingness to cross moral boundaries, but also hinted at a level of insanity, as he relentlessly pursued his ambitious goals, regardless of the cost to his own family. Another horrifying act of evil by Heihachi Mishima was sealing his father to death. Now let's rewind and look at how Heihachi kicked off his family disposal routine. By taking out his own father, he had his eyes set on the Mishima Saibatsu, and he wasn't waiting for an invitation. He forcefully seized control by capturing Jinpachi, his old man, and imprisoning him beneath the Honmaru mansion. Tragically, Jinpachi met a grim fate, starving to death in that dark confinement, all because Heihachi had a burning desire to take the reins of the family company. Talk about a ruthless power move. One of Heihachi's most despicable acts of cruelty takes the spotlight in this next dark chapter. Brace yourself for this one. Heihachi actually tossed his own child, the young Kazuya, into a raging volcano. Yep, you heard it right, it's as heartless as it gets. In Tekken 7, the series attempted to justify Heihachi tossing Kazuya into a volcano by claiming it was to rid the world of the devil gene. But let's be real here, it's a pretty weak excuse. I mean, come on, we're talking about a child, regardless of any supposed gene. The fact remains that Kazuya was Heihachi's own son, and throwing your own flesh and blood, especially at such a tender age, into a volcano is beyond comprehension for most people. Yet for Heihachi, it was just another dark chapter in his ongoing campaign of family culling within the Mishima clan. And one of the most upsetting evil acts that Heihachi made was based on shooting his grandson in the head. In a chilling conclusion to the Mishima family saga, Heihachi solidified his dark legacy by betraying his own grandson in the aftermath of Tekken 3. Jin, unsuspecting and perhaps too trusting, learned the harsh lesson of never fully trusting a Mishima. The betrayal came swiftly, as Heihachi ruthlessly gunned down his own grandson with a clean headshot, putting a sinister end to their family ties. Sure, Jin later came back to life, thanks to the devil gene, seeking revenge and attacking Heihachi upon his resurrection. But from Heihachi's perspective, his initial intent was clear. He went there with the sole purpose of ending Jin's life. It's an unforgivable act when a person is willing to take the life of their own teenage grandson. Dark times indeed for the Mishima family.
The Mishima family's origins can be traced back to the Heian period in Japan, where they were originally a warrior clan that served the emperor. In more recent times, the family built an industrial empire that specialized in providing military resources to Japan during World War II. Jinpachi Mishima, the patriarch of the family, later shifted the focus of the family's corporation away from the military and towards martial arts training. He created his own style of karate, the Mishima-style fighting karate, which he taught to his son Heihachi and a young girl named Kazumi, who belonged to a family of secret assassins known as the Hachijo clan. It was during this time that Kazumi and Heihachi fell in love and eventually got married, later having a son named Kazuya Mishima. Jinpachi was also involved in the training of Kazuya, who he had a close relationship with. However, after Jinpachi was imprisoned and Kazumi was killed, Heihachi became the sole teacher of Kazuya and his adopted son Li Chaolan. He was a harsh and unforgiving teacher, instilling in them a philosophy of survival of the fittest, where the only thing that mattered in a fight was who was left standing. After Kazumi's failed assassination attempt on Heihachi, she feared that both her husband and son, Kazuya, would become a threat to the world. To prevent this, she asked Akuma, whom she had once saved, to promise to kill them if she failed to do so. Heihachi forcibly took control of the family corporation from Jinpachi and imprisoned him underneath Honmaru after Jinpachi staged a coup to regain control. In the same year, Kazumi was killed by Heihachi after her second failed assassination attempt. Heihachi initially believed Kazumi suffered from a split personality disorder, but she later revealed her devil form and her mission to kill him in order to protect the world. A 5-year-old Kazuya witnessed his mother's death at the hands of his father, and Heihachi beat him near a cliff. Believing that Kazuya might have the same illness as his mother, Heihachi threw him off the cliff. After surviving the fall, Kazuya climbed back up and Heihachi continued to raise him. Heihachi adopted Li Chaolan as a rival for Kazuya, hoping to motivate Kazuya to become stronger. He discovered Li's fighting skills and reflexes while watching him fight on the streets of a Chinese city. Heihachi's tough education of both sons inspired a lasting hatred towards him, which Kazuya and Li still harbor to this day. Years later, Heihachi had a child named Lars Alexandersson with a Swedish woman to ensure that he was no longer involved in the transmission of the devil gene. Lars did not show any signs of carrying the gene, which ended Heihachi's interest in him. After winning the first King of Iron Fist tournament and defeating his father Heihachi, Kazuya took over the Mishima Zaibatsu and organized the second tournament. During this time, he met Jun Kazama and fathered a son with her, Jin, who also possessed the devil gene. However, Kazuya was defeated by Heihachi at the end of the second tournament and was seemingly killed. 15 years later, Jin sought out Heihachi to help him become stronger and seek revenge against his mother's killer. Heihachi trained Jin for 4 years, and they had a better relationship than Heihachi had had with his own sons. However, Heihachi eventually shot Jin in the head, triggering the awakening of his devil gene and turning him into Devil Jin. Jin became determined to undo the evil associated with the Mishima name and fought against his father and grandfather in subsequent tournaments. After defeating his great-grandfather Jinpachi, Jin took over the Mishima Zaibatsu, but became a tyrant. His uncle Lars and Heihachi's adopted son Li Chaolan led a coup against him, and they now seek to use Jin to end the global war between the Mishima Zaibatsu, now led by Jin, and G Corporation, led by Kazuya. Heihachi was killed in a fight against Kazuya. Tekken 7 was intended to be the culmination of the Mishima clan saga, providing answers to long-standing questions about the family's history. While the game did deliver on this promise to some extent by concluding the conflict between Heihachi and Kazuya, the saga itself still persists, with Kazuya taking on the role of the primary antagonist. Despite Heihachi's death, the Mishima family's story remains unfinished, and the events of Tekken 7 set the stage for further developments and conflicts within the clan. As such, fans of the series can look forward to more dramatic confrontations and plot twists in the future. The Mishima family is comprised of several prominent leaders: Jinpachi Mishima, the father of Heihachi and grandfather of Kazuya and Lars; Heihachi Mishima, the son of Jinpachi, husband of Kazumi, and father of Kazuya, Lee, and Lars, passed away in Tekken 7. Kazumi Mishima, Heihachi's wife and Kazuya's mother, died before the events of the Tekken series. Kazuya Mishima, the grandson of Jinpachi, son of Heihachi and Kazumi, and adopted brother of Lee and half-brother of Lars, is also the father of Jin. Li Chaolan, Heihachi's adopted son and Kazuya's adopted brother, is Jin's uncle. Lars Alexandersson, Heihachi's illegitimate son and Kazuya's half-brother, is also Jin's uncle. Jin Kazama, the great-grandson of Jinpachi, grandson of Heihachi and Kazumi, son of Kazuya and Jun, and nephew of Lee and Lars, took his mother's family name as he was raised by her.
So there you have it, some of the most crazy evil deeds Heihachi has done in the Tekken family saga. So what do you like or hate about Heihachi Mishima? Let us know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more fighting game lore and info. This has been your host. Welcome to the center stage.